Oh man, LDWMMAC. Y'all know the routine. Forgive the background noise. Let's just get right into this here video. So Julianna Pena, she comes out and, she makes a statement. She, says, hey, Dana White said that this is going to be the biggest women's MMA, fight in history. I think it's going to be the biggest rematch, definitely, okay? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence of whether or not it's going to be the biggest fight in women's MMA history. But I definitely know that this is probably going to be one of the most anticipated and biggest rematches in WMMA and even MMA history, okay? This fight's huge. Her rematching Amanda Nunes is huge. Can't get around it. Julianna Pena want to be paid for her services. Fanboy. Julianna Pena want to be paid for her services. You can't blame her. Julianna Pena broke it down. She said, and this is the same thing I said when it came to, Ngannou versus Jones. She said that this fight is going to bring in, millions and millions. And, basically she's saying, I want to make more than a six-figure payday. I want some of that money too. I want some of that millions too, okay? I got to get me some of the millions, okay? How come I can't touch an M? That's Julianna Pena's response. She wants a piece of the pie. And this is what a lot of fighters are starting to come out. You had Sugar Shane O'Malley. He said something about the whole thing like, why is Dana White in the UFC, every event, they touching millions. And, us fighters, we can't touch a million. Like, by base pay, we can't even get a million. Some of us. Why? Why is that possible? Like why? You've had Jorge Masvidal, back in the past say the same thing. You've had John Jones say the same thing. You've had Francis Ngannou say the same thing. Okay, you've had them all say the exact same thing. Why can't we get some of those millions? Why? And it's kind of crazy because, did you know, man, and I was looking at some of the gates for some of the UFC's like past pay-per-views. Look, man, the UFC, they bring in more at the gate than they pay the fighters. They could actually give their fighters a pay raise if they wanted to. They can give them extra money and still, have enough money, to still bank a high amount of money. Like, I remember I saw one event where the UFC, they had a gate of like $12.3 million a gate. 12.3 mil. And the fighters only made about 2.2 million. I mean, how the hell do those numbers add up? Like, Dana White been getting criticized for years about fighter pay. And then, Dana's defense, he will say, well, hey, I pay my fighters more than any other MMA organization in the world. Is that really saying anything when you have the resources to do so? I don't know. I don't know if that's saying anything. I don't know if that's saying anything positive. But you have the resources to do so, and you just kind of choose not to because you want more money. Like, it's amazing, man. These mofos, they making millions of dollars, but, you want tens of millions now instead of millions. Damnest thing you ever seen. And Dana White, it's reported, I read, that he gets a base pay. Right, this is base pay of $20 million a year. This is his base pay. This not even after everything that, any kind of promotional deals that he get, any kind of other stuff that he get. Look, he makes $20 million base pay, and it goes up from there. And if I estimate it now, I'm not sure about what he totally makes, because I don't know what's in the man's pocket. But after everything's all said and done, I'm pretty sure Dana White, he probably makes close to $100 million a year. After all the promotional stuff that he get and, all the kickbacks that he get, I'm pretty sure. Pay-per-view, I'm sure he gets a percentage of the pay-per-views. I'm pretty sure he does. Okay? And I think Dana White owns, 8 to 9% of the UFC anyway. So, of course he's getting a piece of the pie, a huge piece of the pie. And it's like, man, you have to shake your head, man. Like, these fighters, man, they want to get paid. They want to get paid, but the thing of it is, man, what fighters won't do. And it's just the unfortunate situation. What fighters, they just won't do. Fighters, they won't come together to try to get their pay raise. Because, if all the top fighters, the top stars just say, okay, I'm not fighting anymore, I'm done. Okay, I won't do anything. I'll breach my contract. I'll do what I got to do to help the fighter pay be what it need to be. If everybody decided to do that, Dana White would have to make moves and he'd have to pay people. There's only so many people that you can bring in that's going to, be draws. And Dana White know that. if people just refuse to fight, and I know it might be a setback, but sometimes you have to have some setbacks in order to get ahead. You have to have a few setbacks in order to get ahead. You have to do something, okay? Because fighters are never going to make the money that they deserve. They ain't gonna ever make it until people start saying something about it. And people like Julianna and Pena, they said something about it. I remember when Chris Cyborg and Holly Holm were going to fight. And it's, Chris Cyborg and Holly Holm, they laughed because, they were going to get paid something ridiculous. And I think Chris Cyborg was saying something like, they were trying to offer $150,000. And, Chris kind of laughed at that, and I think they were trying to offer Holly Holm some lowball offer for that particular fight. And, they had to restructure. They had a restructured deal, a contract to get those two to fight. They had to do that because Chris Cyborg and Holly Holm, they were not going to fight for what they were being offered. They just wasn't going to do it. So I found that kind of like, hysterical, man. But this is what they do. So Julianna Pena, she's speaking out. She said, I want my money. I want my money, okay? I want my money. Dana White, you got to pay me. Dana White, you got to pay me, okay? Pay me my money. You finna make your money. And also, too, they got Julianna Pena on the Tough Show. They're going to have and I think her and Amanda Nunes, they already faced off. They already faced off on the Tough Show, and you can see the tension between the two. This rematch is finna be hell. Like, I can't wait to see this damn rematch. This rematch is finna be that and then some. But the thing of it is, man, is ain't nobody gonna pay these people. I mean, Amanda Nunes, I'm pretty sure she's gonna get paid what she's gonna get paid. Nunes don't really complain. She don't complain about what she get paid. I guess she's okay with just being, whatever. But people like Julianna Pena, and even, Colby Covington with his racist ass. I mean, even he was saying that, nah, man, you got to come to the table with more money, man. The days of you just giving us these offers and we happy to be in the UFC, this stuff's over. And a lot of fighters, they're starting to wake up. These fighters are starting to wake up, okay? Julianna Pena don't want to fight Amanda Nunes without being paid. And I mean, come on, y'all. Can y'all blame her? She the damn champion. Julianna Pena won a 7-figure payday. I mean, man, look, we at least got to start there. And people will say, well, where does it come from? Look, I have no doubt that Julianna Pena is going to self-promote and put asses in the seat. I have no doubt that she's going to make every effort to do that, okay? Because that's what she is. She's going to self-promote. She's going to do what she got to do to get the asses in the seats. I think Julianna Pena is worth it. Go on and give it to her. Go on and get it. Hell, it's time for, trainers like Rick Little. It's time for trainers like Rick Little to, to get their bread. Hell, Rick Little been in the game for a long time, man. Rick Little need his cut too. Shout out to Ricky Little, man. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my mofo, Ricky Little. Shout out to that dude. Shout out to that dude. That's one of the best damn coaches and underrated. Don't nobody know a whole lot. I mean, when we hear Sick Jitsu, you can't help to think Rick Little. You can't help. Rick Little is a god among trainers. And you know what? He keep it low key, man. That's why I rocks with Rick Little. I rock with Rick Little. I rock with that man. Man, salute to him, man. But Dana White, it pissed you off, man. That he think that his justification for why he don't want to pay these people, he think that that's, and it's true. In his own little bald ass crusted head, he believed that the reason why he ain't got to pay these people is the best reason. Well, I'm paying them more than everybody else. Well, I mean, hey, man, salute to Julianna for standing up. And look, this Tough Show, oh yeah, and the Tough Show. When I started researching this reported, okay, now my figures may be off. From what I heard that, Amanda and Julianna could possibly make anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 every episode of Tough, okay? And I'm not sure how many episodes of Tough that they're gonna have. I don't know how many episodes they're gonna have, but $3,000 to $5,000 a show. So that, it's pretty substantial, okay? If that's what they're doing, it's substantial. But it depends on how many shows of Tough they're gonna have, okay? That's the thing. Is it worth it? Because Julianna was saying, I want to be paid. I want to be paid, compensated well to do this Tough Show too. Like, I don't know what it is with Dana White. Like, it's like he think that fighters are just supposed to be in the giving business, but not the receiving business. Y'all tell me what you think.